Hello, viewers and listeners. This is the second part of the conversation with Agya Nimo. Please stay tuned. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. All right, Agya. We'd like to know which day was your happiest ever as a professional. Or if you have more than one, you could share those moments with us.
In 1942, I was reading on school campus in my village, and I'm left-handed, so I had my left foot in front. He was right-handed at the front. All I heard was a bang on my left knee.
Okay.
I fell down, and blood was oozing. So.
And this was one of your mates in school? Was
a mate, yeah.
Okay.
So, to use traditional thing. That very year, 1942, my sister, Mama Akufo, married Opoku wife's brother, so we moved to Malaysia. And my brother-in-law decided I should go to hospital immediately. Dr. Korte, Professor Korte, the surgeon, decided that he should do an operation on me. It was the chloroform days. After the operation, they told the nurse that I will wake around about 4 p.m. So my mom came there. 4 p.m. I was still asleep. 5 p.m. I was asleep. So my mom got up to the hospital, and we had a house at Bantama. Really crying. Doctor Fono Kumbila. The doctors have killed my son. And she came back around about 6, and I was awake.
Oh.
In fact, that was the greatest moment.
And they told you what had happened?
What had happened.
Okay. Okay.
I think professionally,
receiving awards, traveling abroad, was there any other
professionally
occasion that you really felt good
in
about yourself?
1988, I was invited, it was a wonderful year, to Trinidad and Tobago by UNESCO to do a film. I met McDonald Bailey, a 220 district runner, and Arthur Wint in Trinidad and Tobago. And I met Lord Kitchener, Lord Pretender, and I had the good luck to play with Buxy Sharp, the greatest steel band player at that time. From there, I was invited to do a performance in New York, Broadway, Lincoln Center, a prestigious hall. It took about 1,070 people. By 5 p.m. it was full. I played with the Puerto Rican cuatro player called Yomotoro. That was a great moment in my life. And that evening I was driven to Lowell, Massachusetts to do another performance.
Wow.
So it was, I think by the grace of God.
You still remember those
Just
moments? Okay. And I would like to know again, your advice to younger people who are so talented like yourself and would want to choose a career path and are confused because they are good at doing so many things.
I would say this. A columnist, New York Horace Greeley, said this, and I'm quoting: "Fame is a label, popularity is an accident. Riches take wings. Only one thing endures: character." And Governor Gorgeous 1927 also said before he left Ghana, the golden key to education is character.
Okay. Would you encourage them to do all their talents, to pursue all the talents,
because
or to choose
you
one?
You should be able to contain, to manage fame.
Okay.
As you become proud.
So you would encourage them to pursue all their talents, but they should have a sense of character.
Yes, if you don't do that, you tend to destroy yourself.
Okay.
Pride, integrity,
Okay.
and then there's another thing. Then your use of time.
Okay. That you have mentioned before and you will repeat.
Yes.
Meaning it's very important.
Very, very important. And you can't be in running water twice.
Okay.
Time is very, very important. In 1962, I went to my father to ask for his blessing and his advice because I was traveling to Britain. And said, "Do you have a wristwatch?" He said, "Yes, Papa." Listen to what you hear and tell me what you hear. I said, "Papa, I hear tick, tack, tick, tack." Time is life. And then you link it to all order. Order is the first law in heaven.
Okay.
Discipline. Without discipline, there's no life.
Respect for time,
Yes.
orderliness,
Yes.
and discipline. All right, Agya, I know that you have written about life, love, pain, suffering, education, and so on and so forth. And from my conversations with you behind the scenes, I know that you are composing a song on the environment to add your voice to advocacy on environmental sustenance with your craft or with your musical talent. Where does this desire come from? What is the motivation?
My father and my mom, they were all great farmers.
Okay.
And they would set fire. We call them Ujamputudu.
Okay.
I wrote a song, this interesting vibration, about my late wife.
Okay.
Ujamputudu Tupepongru. The conflagration made me aware that my January was passing. This is how it Ujamputudu Tupepong is January.
Okay, yes.
Also about with the passing, without the conflagration, it beckoned on me that my January was passing.
Okay.
And you realize that when they set an area on fire, some plants are destroyed forever.
Yeah.
And a typical example is a friend of mine in pharmacy was working on epilepsy.
Okay.
And he found something small around our area. He has a PhD. And he's helped many children around our area.
It's a medicinal plant.
Yes.
Okay.
So I became concerned about it. So I started writing.
Okay.
Onati for the Kronfejan coming. In your way, I'm in a chedi.
Okay.
In your way,
Okay.
she said, when you are born, Christ was born in a manger. It was wood.
Yes.
Now, when you pass away, says photo.
Buried in a wooden casket.
Medicine,
Natural resources.
fruits, what have you.
Okay.
They help water and what have you.
Okay.
If-
So this new project is an expansion of your work about the trees.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I the work which you helped us to work through, they didn't waste it running water and gutters. Okay, they didn't throw waste. And Sussex protected their farmlands from overgrazing and degradation. We have all seen the modern day pictures of the Earth taken from outer space. The planet Earth is like into a spaceship, and the passengers are the living things on Earth. Spaceship Earth has no visible captain, but the invisible captain has delegated responsibility of the ship to the cabin crew. Heads of nations and jurisdictions from the cabin crew and the other inhabitants such as other humans, animals, and plants on the planet Earth are passengers seated in various zones and classes of seats. If disaster strikes a ship, the crew, first, second, and third class passengers are all affected. You cannot sink part of a ship, the entire ship sink. What is happening to spaceship now is that we are threatened with disasters that affect the whole planet. These disasters do not respect national boundaries. Now, the cabin crew of this spaceship seem to have lost their compass of navigation, and so on and so on.
And this is an extract from the new composition on the environment
Yes.
that Agya Nimo has done, with a little input from
That's
me.
it. Somebody said you contributed to this, because you expanded it.
I was very happy to contribute to this. So on this note, I would like to ask you one final question before we take leave of you.
Okay.
What has contributed to your cheerful attitude and your longevity?
One, having spent almost half of my life in the chemistry and biochemistry departments, I know that the human body has about 60 to 65% water. In fact, there's an interesting story. Once, BBC, the Archbishop of Canterbury was debating with JBS Holiday, professor of biology,
Okay.
and he had the honor or the satire to tell the Archbishop, stop talk. Remember, you are 60% water. So I drink plenty of water.
Okay.
And I'm music therapy. So music therapy and water therapy. As I wash my system.
Okay. Music
Next.
therapy keeps you relaxed.
Yes.
And then water cleanses the
Cleanses the body. Then, if somebody offends me at 9 a.m., I forgive him at 9:05.
body. Wow.
Then I'm very particular about vaccinations and inoculations.
Okay.
Compared with life, it's cheap. Hepatitis B, you get a boost. Yellow fever. I'm far from my voice. In America, they give me even diphtheria.
Okay.
So I make sure typhoid and all. I make sure that.
So you're very health conscious.
And
And
then,
then you're also very forgiving.
yes. And then, something my grandma Nana Mansa taught me, respect for women. For the simple reason that we are all born of women. Yes, every man and woman.
Yes. Yes.
Our prefer respect is fellow sex.
Okay.
And I'm cheerful when I entertain, I get the response. Because I make people laugh and they reciprocate.
And yeah, what you
This
give
has-
is what you receive back.
This has kept me. And something I want to share before we close.
Okay.
I wrote this. The 20th century has come to an end. Significant in that century were the troubles brought about by modernization and the pessimism that developed along with technology. These things have ruled all of us beyond our imagination. The age in which we live is frequently called a superficial age. It is superficial because humankind, to a large degree, has not any real and living belief in the power of the Creator. Quiet meditation on eternal truth have been discounted. Men and women live in a crowd. Life is a constant rush. The art of responsible parenting is fast disappearing. Even our holidays are spent in tumult rather than in quiet. We have lost the power to be still. We chatter, nod, and hurry by, and never once possess our soul before we die. But let us remember, an oak tree cannot develop its native majesty in a flower pot. You must give it the free winds, the rich showers, the golden lights, and the open sky. So a human life must have God above it and eternity beyond it to bring it true fruition. Finally, Kofi Annan of blessed memory. To live is to choose. And to choose well, you must know who you are what you stand for in life, where you want to go, and why you want to get there. Thank you.
Before we leave, before you take leave of us, would you like to share with us a piece on on your guitar?
Yeah.
Kindly share with us a piece on your guitar before you finally take leave of us.
Yes. An old man plants coconut tree. It's a story about an old man over 90 who was seen one morning planting coconut tree in his backyard garden. His grandson queried him, "Nana, what you are doing puzzles me. You're over 90. And you know that it takes quite a time for coconut tree to come to fruition. And even if you live beyond that age, with all humility, Nana, I don't think you have the dental capacity to enjoy coconut." The old man smiled. He said, "Nana, I know I wouldn't live to enjoy the fruits of my labor, but I'm planting the coconut tree because of you and children yet unborn." This is the theme of the song. Ito kakamio, no kakamio. Kakamia kuku amosi anasio. Ito kakamio, no kakamio. Kakamia kuku amosi anasio. Odon sesire kusi anasi uno fwe. Anasi uno fwe anasio. Okuya ai. Anasi uno fwe anasio. Nipa won't pay maybe a deal, also in your assassin. Only have force was not assassin yet.
Excuses.
So, I bell. I buy ya, a bronca ya, bancho. Where the frat, body and anana, and my body, when baby jam. That was it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Agya Nimo, for being so generous with your time and also sharing with us these nuggets of wisdom. We are so grateful. We wish you all the best and hope to see you around. Viewers and listeners, this has been the end of an insightful edition of Title Tattle with Asantua. I hope you have learned a lot. I have learned so much. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.